So it's my birthday today and we've decided that we're going to go to Russell. Normally we sail to Russell, as you know, but today we're going to actually do something different, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that's actually walk to Russell. I think it's part of the Great Walk, is it? New Zealand?
Probably.
I think so.
I wanna be on the water, glide on blue sea. Feel the wind blowing, fly like a bird, be set free. Will you take my hand and protect the land? Surf on the
Left the big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife. I was working on the ground, come the sun up to sundown. Hey, I'm trying to make a reputation for a man inside this town. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. Ain't no love kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me.
Historic Places National Trust, Okiato, Old Russell, purchased in 1840 as the site for the first New Zealand capital.
Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star.
We're just walking on the track to Russell and we're just stopping in Okiato at the moment. It was the first capital of New Zealand, and when we got off the ferry we saw a couple of people and they said to us to come down here because this is where the government building used to be, but all that's left now is that well. So it's about 12 metres deep and is so yeah, quite interesting. So we've just been told to look at the well and come down to the beach because apparently it's beautiful, so we're going to go and have a look.
Yeah, no George Jones and Gary Sturt, all them young guns, yeah, they've been through.
Underway, and we're probably setting a slightly slower pace than some might do on this walk. We've taken a diversion, so we got to the top of the hill and got chatting to some locals, and they directed us down here to the site of the first capital. So how could we walk past that?
That's right.
You know,
And you don't always have to be in a hurry, do you?
it's not a race.
No, it's not a race.
So
Time, you know, and we were just actually talking about how we've caught the car ferry once and driven to Russell, and we've sailed a few times to Russell, but there's other stuff you don't see because when you sail you go only certain places on land, and when you drive in the car you're just in a hurry. So going on a nice walk like this without having to worry about taiko and anchor or anything like that, whether we get to see a lot more.
we're seeing new things.
Yeah.
We're seeing new things. So let's go and see. There's a place down here with a whole lot of cool artwork. They've got a letterbox that looks like a fish that lives deep down in the ocean.
Yeah, what are they called? They're called
Lanternfish.
anglefish.
I don't know.
No,
One of the two. So anyway,
anglerfish.
anglerfish. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thing that you won't believe, one ain't nothing but a thing to me. Burn right through 'em like a cigarette or a line of cocaine on a private jet. I give 'em good loving like they won't forget. Baby, good Lord knows what time it is.
Gosh, we've just come down and just look at that view. Isn't it beautiful? It's one thing I really love about New Zealand is all the contrast and colours and so dramatic.
I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star.
Opportunity for Britain.
Yeah, fair dinkum opportunity, I'd say. Stage 1.
We've been going nearly an hour. We've made it to stage 1.
Hey, that's rewarding. I'd say that there might be fernbird here.
Oh, let's hope.
So listen out.
Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star.
What do you make of this wetland?
It's a beauty. Excuse me. It's a beauty. Some wrap around the edge and then it's a bit more saline. Some saline stuff there and then it goes into mangroves. So I'm sure there's a bit of wildlife here.
Look at it.
Listen out, see what we can find.
Probably the nicest wetland I've seen in a long time. Well, nice, I mean like with lots of vegetation.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. So if you listen carefully, there's a fernbird going, that chip, chip, chip. Yeah.
Tell me what you think about the forest before you tell me about all that.
Yeah, it's a nice forest. It's pretty diverse.
Yeah,
We've been doing predator control and I think the results are paying off from what I can tell.
it's beautiful, eh?
Yeah, but this is what each of these catchments needs. There's this wetland here in the gully, which obviously this runoff needs to go through. It's like a big filter, and we've been walking along beside it for a good 10 minutes now. So that's what's missing in a lot of our places is these filters before that precious marine environment out there. So this is a really positive thing, good example.
Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. I'm a honky-tonk star. Lord, I'm a honky-tonk star.
There's an eel. See it? It's going in. There it goes.
Yeah. You're going to get sick of me today. But this is exactly what many of our gullies should look like. You know, it's just actually quite remarkable to see one intact. There's native fish down here, 2 species of native fish we can see from the track. There's these tall kahakatea swamp forest trees with their buttress roots. And there's no, it's just a, you know, the stream's just making its way down in a natural way. So this is actually pretty unusual.
And we've just seen an eel.
Yeah, there's an eel just down here swimming around. So it's a bit of a shame we've got such a long way to walk because there's quite a bit to see on this walk. So yeah.
But we could better get moving.
Yeah.
We haven't even walked a quarter of the way.
Yeah, easily distracted. Easily distracted. I was just pointing out that there's some really old forest here. The big prairie tree there, that big diameter one, and it's got holes in the trunk, which is an interesting habitat. Sort of like a habitat that's unique to old growth forests in New Zealand. So no, it opens the door to other animals like bats, for instance, as a habitat. Moths. So this site, that tree is very old. Well, you know, it's probably up to 300 or 400 years old.
Wow.
So that's good.
Now, I think this little fellow is following us.
Is that the same one as before?
I think so. I think he's following us because we're stirring up the ground for insects. I'm just playing with the fantails. Excuse my huffing, I'm huffing, but I think we found the steps that everyone's talking about. Skip's having a drink. It's pretty steep and high.
Nice cold water.
Yeah.
So we've just walked up here. Up there.
I've got more.
You're right there? How's it going?
This is what years of studying and desk job do.
Yeah.
And fit. But I'm out here doing it. Way up these steps. Doesn't look steep, but it's steep and there's plenty of them. Those steps were a killer, but look where we go.
We've advanced to stage 2. This is like a computer game.
We've got to stage 2.
We're on stage 2.
Stage 2, here we go, stage 2 of 3. Yeah.
We climb all the way. Why did we climb all the way up the hill? The start of stage 2, you just walk along the road for 10 metres and then you come down
All the way down, and you know what that means.
We were just over there before.
You know what that means.
We're going to go up again. Stage 3.
Yeah.
With your hand on your heart, please tell me which way to go, 'cause I sure don't know. One piece in hand is a start, but it's a mighty puzzle to lay. No need to say, how will I cope? With your heart on your sleeve, it's
So we're just getting through stage 2. We're just getting through stage 2 and just commenting about these steps. The locals have gone to great lengths to construct these steps. Each one has a couple of posts holding this riser up, and then often they've backfilled it, and there's just hundreds of these things, and in fact they're a real feature of this walk. So hats off to those people, because it wouldn't have been easy and certainly made the track a lot more passable.
line between letting go and losing control. So I take my love.
More steps. What's that? Getting there. There's a few steps here.
Flat.
Yeah.
The first part was quite flat.
You find it quite undulating.
Yeah.
Quite a few steps, eh?
Pardon?
Quite a few steps.
Yeah.
There we go, there's a few more. Boonk, boonk, boonk. And there's a little bit without steps. And then we have some steps. Lots of steps. Lots of effort put into making steps. So which bird species have we seen so far?
Haven't seen many. We've just seen the fantail, which I think is following us because we're disturbing the ground and the vegetation, so it'll be getting insects. Seen the robin, what we think's robin, juvenile robin,
Little one, yeah.
and we've heard the tui, and we've seen a weka, and we heard a fernbird.
And a grey warbler.
Oh yeah, the grey warbler. You can hear the fantail in the background. Yeah,
So that's not bad, eh?
it's not too bad.
We'll probably see some seabirds when we get to the estuary, to the mangrove
Yeah, I'm
section.
looking forward to the mangroves, but I
Yeah.
think it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
This is nice and shady, but there's no air movement here. But it's a pretty challenging walk. What do you think?
Yeah, it's technical.
Yeah,
You have to watch your feet.
lots of steps
Yeah.
going up and down these steps. I see what people were saying now.
You could easily have a nasty fall if you went.
What's that?
You could easily take a tumble.
Yeah, lots of steps which are quite hard going, lots of tree roots. So you just got to take it slowly, and if you're blind like me, poses even more of a challenge,
It's entertaining.
particularly when you don't have your prescription sunglasses because they're broken and someone doesn't fix them yet.
I've just had a request to do some epoxy work on the prescription sunglasses, so I might have to get out the West System
Yeah,
mix,
fixing.
do a bit of optometry. So 60 metres to the road, out of the bush into the daylight.
It's a beautiful walk, so I can't actually complain, but it's just pretty hard going. Now, what does it say? What's it saying? Stage 3.
We're between stage 3. It says track length 1.1 kilometres, time 30 minutes. Stepped descent to shoreline, boardwalk and metalled path. Good fitness level and footwear required.
Stepped descent. Okay, I like the fact that it's a descent.
Okay, we've made it to stage 3. It looks like we're going to head down for about 30 minutes, down to the shoreline, through some more bush. So that's good. Some more steps, we recognise that.
Pretty steep.
It is pretty steep.
Doesn't look steep up there on camera, but that's pretty steep.
Yeah, are we going to rush it?
No,
Gonna take it easy.
gonna take it easy.
So we've got like 5 metres from the road. It's pretty steep. It's like going down. Even some of the steps are collapsing here. There's a few bits sticking up. You wouldn't want to trip on that. You'll bloody land on the beach if you tripped up here.
I weren't joking.
Pretty nice out there.
Pardon?
It's pretty nice out there. Few more steps. Step, 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 step. How are the steps?
My legs are getting a bit sore.
Yeah.
It's okay, we're getting there.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. The camera's not going to show it, but that's pretty steep.
Yeah, you'll have to come and do it yourself
Yeah, you
to
will.
assess it.
To see what we're talking about.
Well, this bit's a bit gnarly. Bit of a Bit of a 1 foot in front of the other section here. Don't slip on that because that'll take you down.
Why do they do this?
There's a few more steps.
They made it, the sign said you doing a steep descent. They didn't say ascent.
I know, they need to put that in. They need to amend the
They
sign.
made us come sharply down
Yeah,
to come all the way back up.
now we're going up.
It's like torturing me.
This one's a short one though.
You can't.
It's only about 40 steps.
Short and steep.
Step,
Goodness
step,
me.
step. Oh look though, this looks very much like a high point. I can see water in the distance.
Yeah, it is a beautiful walk, but I have to agree with the signs. I'm not very fit, and you do need some unfitness, I think.
This is how you get fit though.
That's how you get fit.
Gotta do it.
It's probably not a trek you want to do if you're not fit.
Yeah. You want to phone a friend.
Yeah?
You want to phone a friend and get a pickup.
Yeah, $1
Get an airlift.
Yeah.
So got a few more steps.
More steep downhill.
Steps. Step.
What's this? This is Tataki, no?
Totra.
Totra, yeah, that's right, because it's quite tricky, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Watch your footing here.
What's that?
Watch your footing on that bit. It's quite slopey and slippery
What's that one?
up by me here. And then there's a few more steps. Yeah. Oh, they've really gone to town here. This is beautiful. Look at this. It's even got a handrail. Oh, I can see the boardwalk down there. Sea level. And there's some oyster farms out there. Oranga Bay. So we're going to walk around way out there in the distance. Turn that on. Way out there in the distance. We're going to be walking along that shoreline towards Russell. But there'll be no steps. So that's good.
Yeah, sometimes people just complain.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, sometimes when you read about walks and stuff, and then you get a percentage of people that'll moan about it, how difficult it was, and then you'll get probably the fitter people, the percentage, who will say it was fine. And one of the things we read about was the steps. So in these situations, it's really hard to know how real things are because people can overdo it in their comments. But I actually feel they were valid.
Look at this one. It goes like this. And then, oh, right down. That's a biggie.
Yeah, I think they were valid.
Yeah, they've got a point.
Yeah, they've got a point about the steps.
There's a point made. Ooh, that one's on the move. Look
So I
out.
think so. It's quite accurate this
That
time.
one's got a bit of movement in it. Oh, bit of mud. Oh, look, we're entering.
The mangroves.
We're on the boardwalk. Look how flat that is. There's no steps.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
it says private property.
Keep to track, it says.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to go straggling off this one.
My legs are a bit sore
No kidding.
on those steps.
Yeah.
Are yours?
My legs are alright.
I'm a bit crampy.
They'll probably be sore tomorrow.
This is when we drove past here. This is what I was waiting for. This is the part I've been the most excited about.
This is quite nice, eh?
And we're here.
And look at that.
Oh, it's just
Out to the sea.
so stunning. And we should see the oyster farm soon. Look at it.
Quite sweet. eh? High
Man.
tide.
Makes my crampy legs all worth it.
Yeah. How's your day going?
Not bad. Entered the 4th decade
Yeah, happy
today.
birthday.
Thank you.
40.
Very lucky to be 40.
Yeah, can't take these things for
No,
granted.
I'm not one of those that regret growing older. I feel very fortunate every year.
Yep.
And hide it away from those who steal till I find my way. How will I call
No,
Amazing.
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, just stunning. This is why mangroves are so important.
Yeah,
Good water quality, fish habitat. Look,
yeah.
fish.
Down there you can actually see the anchor. Where is it? What was that mooring field called?
Pomori.
No, the one where we had the mooring.
Mutafi Bay.
Yeah, you can see that.
Where's Mutafi? Oh yeah, all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Russell's not far now. So this is quite cool. We're still going along the mangroves and to come into the wetland. This is called swamp marsh robinwood, the shrub. But we just heard another fern bird. So yeah, this is the swamp marsh robinwood shrub. Pretty uncommon. But there's the fern bird.
Maitata, or fernbird, are small birds with a long tail whose habitat is dense, low wetland vegetation. If you've walked past or through a wetland, you may have been fortunate enough to hear a fernbird, as they're more often heard than seen. As you can see, they are well camouflaged birds, suitable for their habitat. Fernbirds are endemic to New Zealand and sadly have a conservation status of declining. Reasons for their decline are due to humans draining wetlands to convert to pasture, and like many of our other native birds, the introduction of predatory mammals has also resulted in their decline. To provide some context, prior to European settlement, it is said that wetlands used to cover approximately 9% of New Zealand. However, due to the reasons given before, we have now lost 90% of our wetlands since European settlement, which means many of our species that rely on these complex ecosystems for their rich habitat are also in trouble. The fernbird is just one of the many reasons why we need to protect and restore many of our precious wetlands.
Vicky's in hunting mode over there. She's onto something in the wetland. The smell of these leaves, these poplar leaves, it reminds me of primary school for some reason.
Suppose you can remember that far back.
I'll hand you that one. I'll hand you that one.
So, Skip, tell us your views so far on this walk.
This has been a thoroughly enjoyable walk. Really interesting. Like stages, so it feels like you're in a computer game. Lots of steps and now flat landing it. But a couple of fernbird, and in fact the closest encounter with a fernbird ever.
Yeah.
And one of the other walkers that was on the ferry with us is now behind us. We've overtaken him.
Yeah,
So
he's having a nice little rest on the dock.
He's asleep actually.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it helps.
what better place than to have a snooze?
It helps when your competitors are asleep. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
It's a bit of creative track work here. This big pine tree came down. Look at that root system on that one. Wow. It's really come straight down and off the coastline there. They've built this massive wooden bridge, essentially, steps over it. So that's quite cool. But no, it's a nice. This is the nice part. It's close to the mangroves and shoreline, so it's pretty sweet. Little ripples out there, and then it just gradually loses the energy. You can hear it lapping.
I call you up in the middle of the night, been bothered by dreams, ain't feeling alright. You give me comfort, say just give it some time. By the end of our talk, I'm feeling just fine. You and I will always know where we belong. This ain't no ordinary love we got going on.
I'm just always so in awe of New Zealand's natural beauty. Gosh, it's just beautiful. And when New Zealand's weather's good, it's really, really good. But yeah. Gosh, look at it. What a treat. I'm so glad that we decided to do this walk. And it's even better because it's my birthday, so it's a great birthday present. And we've just seen so much, and there goes a heron. White-faced heron. It was on the boardwalk. I've disturbed it. It's landing, so we might be able to go see it as we walk past.
We were just talking about what a privilege it is to access this area of the mangrove, because without this boardwalk that we're on, it would just be impenetrable. So
And look at it. It is just stunning.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Look at mangroves doing what they should do.
All those little things coming up, those are roots for the mangroves, but they breathe. So they're, as the tide comes in and out.
Habitat for birds, fish. Look how clean that water looks. Don't know if it is actually clean, but someone once told me you can't do a visual assessment of water quality.
Who was that?
I won't tell you who that was.
Yeah. Enough said. Just looking back from whence we've come. Across the mangroves. Pretty good boardwalk. That is pretty sweet. There's two more. We've heard two more fernbird within the last couple of minutes. So that brings the total to 5, which is nice. So now we've come up to an area with the oyster farms. We're wrapping around Oranga Bay. This area is way too shallow for our boat to get in, so it provides a very different context, and we're walking beside the dreaded road, so probably the least appealing part of the track so far.
I'll pick you up in my 59 Ford. We head on down the road until we get bored. Just you and me and the sun and the wind. If the rain should stop falling, we'll head on home again. Everybody else can see.
Walk going?
Getting to the end now. We're on the boardwalk to Russell. Never seen this, so looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay,
Here we go.
jump on that boardwalk.
This looks like Britain territory.
It does.
We belong. Oh, ain't no ordinary love we got going on. At the end of the world, together.
Bit of carnage here. It's a hang up. Okay, gotta get around here. We're back in the bush, although this isn't quite as nice, but we are encountering some steps, so it is familiar. But yeah, bit of storm damage. Bit of storm damage adds extra work with climbing around logs, leaving the track like this, going over and under. So need a bit of chainsaw work. Open up the track again. We're getting close to the end.
Oh, far out.
How's it going?
My legs are sore.
Yeah.
They're struggling a bit,
Yeah.
but we're nearly there. You see the rubbish tip soon?
Never been so happy to see a rubbish tip.
Yeah. And then you know, are you alright?
Yeah, I just about keeled over, but I'm good. My leg bent in a funny way, a bit sideways.
Oh, it just seems like it would have been easier to go up over the hill.
I know. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's worth asking. A lot of slipperiness and unevenness to the track surface. And what have we got here? A little bit of goodness reaching out of the tree there for the set. A bit more carnage coming down over this, logs down. Yeah, now we're over towards the road, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, just keep it here. The wood.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't want to step off that one, it would break your ankle. Wastewater treatment plant. Down there. Bit of cursing going on up there. Bit of cursing.
As much as I've enjoyed this last section, they've really made a meal
Yeah.
out of it.
Tour of the weeds.
It's ridiculous. We're back in familiar territory, Matafi Bay. We've just passed the dump.
Yeah. So that's sweet. So we know we're a stone's throw from pizza. Just a stone's throw.
So that was a good walk. I really enjoyed it, but I must say probably the last kilometre wasn't my. Would you say it was a kilometre?
Yeah.
Half a kilometre?
Something like that.
It wasn't my favourite.
Got a bit gnarly, eh?
Got a bit gnarly, got a bit steep, track wasn't been a bit of.
There it is, Matafi Bay mooring field. There's the Russell Boating Club over there. So we've just got to whip around these few corners and then we're in Russell. So we're back at sea level.
I don't think walking to Tāpeka is happening.
Nah, another day.
Our legs are sore.
Yeah, we'll limp into town.
Yeah.
If ever you should be in doubt, and I pray they never can pull us apart, and I'll wait for the time when we'll be together every day. But I know if ever we'll be led astray, that I'll find my way back home to you again.
Here we are, we're in Korororareka, also known as Russell. New Zealand's first church.
New Zealand's first church over there. Complete with bullet holes in the wall.
It's got has musket holes still in the wall, but I think we've reached the maximum of what we can actually do on this. We're sore feet, sore legs. Skipper, stop talking. Hey, what's your thoughts, Skippy? What?
Restaurants over that way.
Yeah. Now, all I need is Hōne's not to be open due to a plumbing issue or private event. Let's hope luck's on our side. I could do with a drink of water, I could tell you that much for free. If you come to Russell, this is an interesting place, the museum. But anyway, we're about to get into Hōne's garden. This was an extra long episode, so if you've made it to the end, well done and thanks for sticking around. The Okiato to Russell walk was a total of 8.2 kilometres and took us 6 hours. The steps were definitely the feature of the walk. Pizza and a cool drink were enjoyed, and we're grateful to our friend for the ride home. If you've done this walk, please leave a comment and tell us how it was for you. As always, from the crew of Te Taiko, thanks for watching and see you next time.